What's up, ladies and gentlemen, back again with another video, and today we're going to be reviewing Season 1 of CW's Walker, starring Jared Padalecki. Now, Jared Padalecki is known and famous for being on the popular TV show Supernatural, and after that show ended after its long year run, the CW decided to reboot Walker, Texas Ranger, starring Jared Padalecki. Now, if you grew up watching the original Walker, Texas Ranger like me, then you used to be seeing Chuck Norris as the lead star, and him delivering plenty of roundhouse kicks and martial arts skills to the bad guys and whatnot. While this show is a complete remake, a reboot of that totally and completely, they have changed Cordell Walker's backstory. Now, if you remember the original one, when the one starring Chuck Norris, Cordell Walker was like half Cherokee. His parents were killed at a young age, and he has a African American partner named James Trevette, and he knows a DA named Alex Cahill, and he's best friends with a retired ranger called C.D. Parker, who has his own bar and grill. Now, in this modern adaptation of the series, the only things that return for this Walker reboot is Walker's signature truck, and is pretty much his signature look. Every other aspect of the show that, if you grew up watching the original, they remove from this version totally and completely. Walker is now he lives on a ranch with his family. He's got kids. He's got a brother who's a DA, and his parents are alive in this one. And then instead of him being paired up with an African American partner like James Trevette, he gets paired up with a Latina Ranger named Mickey Ramirez, played by Lindsay Morgan, and whatnot. But if you're expecting like high octane, karate action, then you're gonna be disappointed, because they removed all aspects of karate from this reboot in comparison to the original show that aired from 1993 to 2001. Now, don't get me wrong, there are action scenes, but that's not the focal point of the show. The focal point of the show is it's a mixture of genres. There's some action, there's some drama, there's some family issues and stuff that gets addressed in this version of the show. Like I said, they changed Cordell Walker's complete backstory in this one, and he's no longer half Cherokee or anything like that. And the only thing that returns is him wearing his hat, his beard, and his signature truck. Those are like the only things that come back during this version. This new version of Walker, he's like a widower who's who went undercover for a few years, and then he wants to undercover on who killed his wife, because it remains like a whole mystery. So the plot line for season 1 of CW's Walker is him trying to figure out who was behind the murder of his wife, because it was a case that never got solved. And at the same time, his kids really hate him, so he's trying to solve out his family issues, because he walked out on his kids and his brother Liam Walker, who's the ADA, ended up taking care of his kids for that time period. He was like the kids' father figures during that time. So this version of Walker, he's not off to a clean start. He's he's considered to have like a bad reputation when you watch like the first few episodes and whatnot. And then he eventually gets paired up with Mickey Ramirez as his new partner, and they develop some chemistry, because she's like the opposite of him. She's like more responsible and whatnot. But there are action scenes, but that's not the whole focal point of the show in comparison to the original, because in the original one, it was basically like a cop show with martial arts, taking down the bad guys and whatnot. They decided to add more layers to Walker's character and focus more, I guess, on dramatic plot-driven storylines for this one. There are, like, villains of the week and whatnot, but then there's other subplots part of the show. Now, when I first watched this, I was really pumped up and excited because I was a big fan of Chuck Norris, and you guys can tell that because I've done a few Chuck Norris videos on the channel, and I was a big fan of the original Walker, Texas Rangers. So going in, I was expecting to see some, karate-centric action. I was ready to, see some, like, freaking karate chops and stuff like that. And no, we didn't get any of that. The first 3 or 4 episodes were very overly dramatic. It focuses more on, like, the drama. And I know a lot of YouTubers that covered this season earlier on, they pretty much dipped out on the show. They dipped out on the show on within the first 2 episodes. They never gave the show a chance. So I'm over here telling myself, like, okay, I'm not liking the show so far, but I'm thinking, well, yeah, I'm just gonna, I gotta tough it out. So I'm gonna give the show a chance. I'm gonna see if I can get through the whole entire season. If I can get through the whole entire season, then I'll continue watching the show. So by the time I got to, like, episode 4, that's when things started to pick up, because the first 3 episodes are pretty much all pure drama, family drama, drama regarding him being a widow and him trying to uncover a case with his wife, drama with his brother, the reason why his kids are not connecting him with him, whatnot, because he's not being a good father and stuff. So the momentum really doesn't pick up until, like, episode 4. And after episode 4, that's when I really started getting invested in the show and getting invested in the characters and this new adaptation of Walker, Texas Ranger. And I guess, Jared Padalecki, he got Chuck Norris's blessings to work on this reboot, and they decided to go ahead and give it a complete makeover, pretty much. So, if you're old school fan of the original show, you may or may not like this show because it's more of a modern adaptation of it. Like I said, there is action, but the action is at a minimum or a minor, because it's not the focal point of the show. But then there's other subplots that go on within each episode at the same time. There are scenes where, Mickey Ramirez and Cordell Walker, they do fight off some bad guys and whatnot, and, car chase scenes and whatnot. There are fight scenes, but you're not going to see Jared Padalecki do any karate moves or anything like that. But like I said, I just had to get through those first 3 episodes, because those first 3 episodes were very hard to get through, man. But after that, I started to grow and to love the show, and the show's pretty much has, I guess, gained some sort of fan base. That it's already on season 3 now, but I'm going to be reviewing this season and season 1, and then season 2. Because season 3 is still fresh already. So, but yeah, these are my thoughts on this show. It's very overly dramatic. There are action scenes, there are character developments, and it's a different version of Walker, Texas Ranger. A complete changeover, complete makeover overall. Now, like I said, this show is created to appeal to a new fan base rather than the old fan base. Because I know a lot of old school fans of the original show, they pretty much quit watching this new one earlier on and whatnot. But no, I gave the show a chance, and I thought after getting through those first few episodes, the momentum started to get picked up, and I started getting more invested in the characters and the plot-driven storylines and whatnot. And it turned out to be a good show. So I really enjoyed season 1 of CW's Walker. And the show's been pretty much so successful that it already launched its own little spin-off series called Walker Independence, starring Catherine, what's her name? McNamara. I think I pronounced her name right. If I mispronounce her, you guys could probably correct me in the comments below. But she's known for being on that TV show, I guess, like Shadowhunters, and she was in the remake of Stephen King's The Stand. She played one of the characters in the show. So she plays another Walker in that spinoff. But I'll cover that show later on down the line because we're still talking about season 1. But yeah. If you guys are fans of both the original and the new show, let me know, comment below. If not, tell me why you tuned out of watching season 1 of the show. So let me know, comment below. Did you guys like season 1 of CW's Walker? Did you guys hate season 1 of CW's Walker? Are you a fan of both Jared Padalecki and Chuck Norris? Let me know, comment below. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys around for the next video now. Have a great day now. Peace.